Well, another unboxing for you for the two more of the games that I've purchased over the past few weeks. Today's a bonus one because I'm going to be doing a double unboxing. And both of these games are, well, Redstone Rising is completely unpunched, it's as new. Red October has got one or two pieces punched, but not a lot. So if you're interested to see these games as they were originally put out in the mid-80s, then this is the place for you. So I'll just move the boxes to one side. We'll start with Redstone Rising. And it's the usual big TSR box. Then I'll get the lid off. So before I do that, I'll just show you the back. So the balloon is up. You can see the map. You can see the units, cardboard standees, and plastic stands. Soviets at this side, NATO at the far side. A couple of rule books and an air war box and the blurb that comes with it. The balloon is up. And of course, these two games can be joined together to fight the whole of the scenario, land and sea. So what happens at sea will affect the reinforcements that NATO receives in this land battle. So as you can see, as I open the box, these are the standees. They're still all joined together, not been split yet. So there's a box full of them there. The dice, still sealed bag, never been opened. This game's never been played with. So it's sat around in somewhere, what, mid-80s, 90s, what, 30 odd years? Never been opened and played with. We've got the basic game rules, read this first. Your standard, fair, can you see? I think you can. It's shown us how to get started, support markers, what each of the counters representing. It's either armour, and it's still armoured vehicles, but they're armoured personnel carriers, etc. for the infantry. There is how to put it in, fold them in half, stick them into the standee, and there we are, jobs are good. And could go to the other side because it's awkward to reach over the camera and turn the pages. So you've got all the named units. You've got things what you can add to the counters, to for hits, and also for such as artillery support, that type of thing. An idea of how the game works. It's very simple. It's very simple and straightforward. That's the basic rules. Then we'll move on to the advanced game rules. It's still a little bit thicker, but it's still, you know, this introduces the air-land, I'll get it right in a minute, the air component into the game. The airboard south and north, what happens, air-to-air combat, how it works, air superiority, tactical missions, optional rules, airborne land units, stealth fighters, and World War III, combining the Redstone Rising and the Hunt for Red October games. So you've got all this to so you can play both games at once, and transfers of air units, because they can move from one game to the other. What else else have we got in here? We've got basically a manifest. What should be on the sprues, cardboard sprues, damage markers, the units, and same again here. Control markers down here, the aircraft, etc. etc. So that's the two rule books. Yeah, I'll move this out of the way because this is, as we know, this is pristine. The airboard. I'll just leave it where it is, daft lad. So southern sector, you put your aircraft in the various parts. Tactical missions, command missions, aborted, hit and aborted, eliminated, etc. And you've got your northern section and your southern section, which will, of course, work with the main map that comes with the game. So there's for the air. Now, here we go. Here's the pieces, the basic game pieces. It says here on the side, if we open this up, it says, knowingly, there it is. There is the whole of the sheets, unpunched. The damage markers here, all the units, all the nations, damage markers and advanced asset pieces. We can you see that now? Let me pull that one a bit. Advanced asset markers, so you can have artillery and chemicals as well, I believe. So they're all there, still unpunched. Excellent. I don't think you'll see that very often. Oh, but I'm bloody punching them now. Be careful, damn lad. Although, to be honest, it is going to get punched soon because I'm gagging to get into this game. So that's then. There's the air counters. They too are unpunched. Double-sided, of course. These are the city control markers, I believe, at the bottom. Purple for NATO and red for, of course, the Soviet Union. And last but not least is the game board. We open that up. We've got the whole of West Germany. Let me move that. Stretching right down here down to Munich. We've got East Germany across here. Got the Czechoslovakia as it was then, it's Czech Republic now. Got East Germany. We've got West Germany here. Can you still see? Pull it across just a little bit. West Germany here, the Netherlands, Belgium, France, and of course we've got all the terrain on the map. It's all broken down into these irregular polygons, would you call them? I think you do. It's one to, maybe not, because some of them have got more than 4 or 5 sides, so I'm not up on my shapes, but whatever they are, they're into lots of little areas. So that map alone, it just looks great, and then when you get them counters on it, it's going to look superb. So I'll put them back as they were. Put the rule books back, put my little tray of bases back, and that is Redstone Rising. Can't wait to play that. And of course, in conjunction with the Hunt for Red October. Again, if I turn the box over, you can see the standees, the cardboard standees with the bases, backwards way on with the Soviet flag to show hidden the reverse of the ships, same with NATO, and then of course moving across the map, your task forces, your rule book, and your battle board. So turn back, the hunt is on. Back in the middle again, yeah. Right, let's take this lid off. Right, well the first thing we come to in this box is the board. So let's have a look. Yeah, there we have it. So we've got going up there is Western Europe, Norway, etc. Coming down to Spain, part of the African coast there. Across, we're coming across to the USA, Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, etc. We can see air bases and things on there. Moving up, we've got Greenland, Iceland, and the sea areas are marked like Norwegian Sea, etc. up there. So, an excellent map. I think it's supposed to be, if I go that way, I think it's supposed to sit like this and play it, but I don't think it matters. You just fit it on your table as you can and play it whichever way. But yeah, so if you had them two maps side by side, you can imagine, and all them counters on it. Right, going for Red October Ruble. I'll come to that side again, so I'm not stretching over the camera. It might help if I point the camera down a bit. The rules and scenarios, again in the classic white black type and the red sidebars and borders that TSR are fond of. How everything works, the ships, what their attack ratings, detection ratings, name of the class, type, again aircraft, radar, sonar, captured airfields, and away we go. How ships move, just general plane of term, combat, detecting enemy pieces, blah blah blah. These little sidebars give you something about the different ships of the time, like the Kiro battle cruiser. I mean, we're talking mid-80s now. We've kind of moved on a bit from them, I think, now. It's the Alpha class nuclear powered submarines, and where you do on your attack board, how that works. Optional rules, the Ticonderoga class guided missile cruisers. A map there just to show you how movement can work. It's damage control, then it goes into the task force cards and the battle board to show how attacks work. It's all explained. Then we've got a copy of the game board, but in paper form. So I suppose you could plot movements and things on there. If you copied it, you could do that. That would look quite cool. And then the scenarios. So we've got Arctic Patrol, mainly American submarine, British submarine, with an Orion, I think, yeah, and some Soviet submarines and an aircraft. Scenario 2 is actual Hunt for Red October. So you can play the game of the film and the book. North Atlantic Convoy. This is the one what's really going to be important for such as getting supplies across for Redstone Rising. That will determine how many supplies, reinforcements, men, equipment arrives in Western Europe. Mag to nowhere, so we're talking about amphibious assaults to capture Norway. Long live the Queen. Don't know what that is. Mutes, blah blah blah. American forces are scattered. The Royal Navy must once again defend the shores of England. Also, mainly a British scenario. That one. Scenario 6, the Gauntlet. We've got some American battleship there. We've got American carrier, CVs, Nimitz in America. Quite a big scenario looking at this. Scenario 7, amphibious assault. Scenario 8, war in the Atlantic. So you can go full throb with this with all the ship counters, step summary, etc, etc, etc. Oh, the balloon is up, watch for Redstone Rising. This was the first game, and this one doesn't mention about combining both games. Obviously that idea came later when they created Redstone Rising. So we've got task force boards, you put your ships on here, carriers, squadron aircraft, blank on that, sir. The NATO task force with all their aircraft, what we've got there on the carriers, the battle board. So you got your anti-submarine ships at the front, of course, your anti-aircraft next, and your capital ships, the things you want to protect mostly at the rear there, but it all comes within this sphere. And then let's bubble that. Right, we've got all the bases. Again, they're all in one piece, not being split. So that's nice. Some pieces are out, not many, just a few. Whatever it is, put in this bag. So there's one or two ships that have been taken out and bases, not many. Looks like they've had a battle with a British Trafalgar and some Soviet submarines by the looks of it there. And then we've got the counters with the ones where they punched it missing. So again, there's all the standees. Don't want too many to fall off. As I say, I'm going to be playing it anyway. Task force markers at the top. Can you see that? Yeah, I think you can. So we've got all that. And lastly, but not least, the aircraft. Oh, I'm punching them already. Some of them which we know are out, they're in that bag. And that's the lot. So if I put that back on that, and we will put its protective cover on and then put the boards back. So that is the hunt for Red October and Redstone Rising in almost, I would say, 95% pristine condition. So with the two games together, yes, it's only a lightweight game, but that's fine by me. It gives you the flavour of what you want to play, and I think it's certainly, the games I bought, this is going to be the first two on the table, and I shall play them side by side for the full experience of the land war and the sea war. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you for watching, and I'll dig out another one to do for the next unboxing. So thanks again for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.